Hello and welcome to a very, very special edition of Cracking the Cryptic. If you aren't brand new to the channel, i.e. if this isn't the very first video you've watched of ours, then it's very likely that you found the channel by watching a video called A Sudoku with Only 4 Given Digits. And that featured a puzzle by the great Dutch grandmaster of puzzle creation, Ard van de Wetering. And incredibly enough, I can show you, that video has just ticked over 10 million views. 10 million people have watched and had a look at that puzzle by Ard. That is the extraordinary sort of ability that this man has to create puzzles that are interesting. It is absolutely remarkable. Actually, we've featured so many Ard puzzles since the 12th of April 2020 that goodness only knows how much single-handedly he has been responsible for the growth of variant Sudoku. But it is a lot. And, well, we are absolutely thrilled because today we have a puzzle for you. It's not only by Ard van de Wetering, it is called 10 million views. Ard has noticed that his video has ticked over 10 million views, and this puzzle has so much in common with that popular puzzle from the past. So it may be a few years later, but we've got 4 given digits. We've got 2 diagonals on which digits can't repeat, and you may be wondering what that green square is in the middle. That is a magic square. So I'm going to have a go at this for you in a moment or two's time, but you must have a go at it first. Do click the link under the video and have a go at a puzzle by a puzzle genius, and you may find that you get captivated in a new hobby. And in fact, I'm going to shout out a friend of mine, this golf friend of mine, Prof, who came up to me today and said that yesterday he managed to finish Math Pesto's Killer Sudoku that we did last night on the channel, and I could tell he was absolutely thrilled that he'd managed to do it. So he sort of learned all the principles about solving from watching videos in the past, and he was able to apply them all, bang the puzzle out, and yeah, well done to Prof. And it's the sort of thing I don't meet many people in real life. There's certainly not many people in real life who actually watch the channel. So I was delighted for him, and yeah, and I commend this hobby to you, obviously. Now, what can I tell you about before we have a go at 10 million views by Ard? There are a few things to mention. Mark and I are going to be streaming again on Monday evening. We are, of course, going back to the Blueprints Mansion for the 29th time. I know some of you have been enjoying that series. We've been loving playing the game. So I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen in case you want to watch that live. Tomorrow morning there is a bonus video on the channel, and it's going to be Mark solving a puzzle that's been prepared for us by Jane Street. Jane Street's puzzles are always fascinating, so definitely recommend that for you. I think it will go live at 10 a.m. UK time if you want to catch it the moment it comes out. What else can I tell you about? Let's talk about birthdays. Hannah, it's your birthday today. I know this because your husband Charles wrote to me from the mountains of North Carolina. What a place to live. I have been to North Carolina. It's a fabulously beautiful place. Charles tells me, Hannah, that you're a wonderful person and a great mum to your daughter, Nora. And you delight in trying to solve the puzzles faster than me. What? I must have misread that. And apparently, is it tiramisu? Am I wrong about that? I think you like tiramisu. I can just about get on board with that. I mean, it's not as good as chocolate cake, but tiramisu, if it has to not be chocolate cake, that is acceptable. Anyway, Hannah, I hope you have a great birthday, obviously. Next, Mac, your girlfriend Madeline wrote to me And I need to thank you, Mac, because I think you introduced the channel to her and got her hooked. And this is one of the great vices, actually. I mean, if you're going to have a vice in life, then variant Sudoku, I think it's good for many things. It's good for your brain. It's good for your concentration. Mindfulness aplenty. So, Mac, I think you've done the world a good deed. And thank you for spreading the word. I think homemade cheesecake is apparently on the cards today. Where's all the chocolate cake gone? I don't know. But anyway, Mac, many happy returns. Next. Now, Peter, over there in Berlin, you've turned 60 today. Many congratulations. I know this because I had an email from your son, Johan. But that's not all, really. Actually, am I right? Johan, your sister is Dorothea. That might be wrong. But I have a feeling that you're a family who watch Cracking the Cryptic, so that could be correct. That's popped into my brain. I hope I haven't got that wrong. But Peter, I know you're a huge fan of sort of all puzzles, and I think that there's what's called a quiz rally being planned for you today to celebrate your 60th birthday, because it might involve geocaching as well. I've never done geocaching. I would like to do that. But Peter, I have to tell you, I didn't just get an email from your family. I also got an email from your work colleagues. So Tobias wrote to me on behalf of your work. I think you're at a scientific institute specialising in metrology and physics, and specifically a working group measuring UV radiation, light and infrared. I mean, the people, the brilliant minds who watch this channel, it is incredible. But they were very keen to say happy birthday to you as well. They clearly hold you in great regard and with a lot of fondness. So Peter, this is a happy birthday, not just from your family, but also from work too. Many, many happy returns. And I think that's all the news. So I'm looking forward to this. We're going to have a go at 10 million views by the great Aardman de Wetering. The rules are as follows. They are normal Sudoku rules applying. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Along a main diagonal marked in blue, digits may not repeat. Right, so we've got to have the digits 1 to 9 on this diagonal, sometimes called the positive diagonal, because it would have a positive gradient if we differentiated it. And then we've got to have the digits 1 to 9 on that diagonal as well. Now, digits along an arrow sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So if this was an 8, these digits would have to be, well, they wouldn't have to be anything, but they could be 1, 2, and 5. Forgive me if I've made a Sudoku error there, but I think mathematically that's possible at least. The green central 3x3 box forms a magic square. Each row, column, and 3-cell main diagonal of this box must sum to the same total. So, I'm laughing not because it's particularly comedic, but because I think when I did the original Sudoku with only 4 given digits, I'm not sure we'd ever even looked at magic squares before. So I can't remember how I described the properties of the magic square, but I'm sure because I've seen them over the years a few times. I'm hoping that my explanation as to what's going on in this central box will be rather more refined than it once was. Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, no, we do have to start with the magic square, don't we? I don't know if we have to, but I'm going to. Because we can avail ourselves of a Sudoku secret in order to work out some things about this box. Let's start by the secret of Sudoku. It seems as good a place to start as any. If you don't know the secret of Sudoku, do not worry. I will share it with you. I share it only with my very favourite people. If you're watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. So I will tell you that any box of a Sudoku, indeed any complete row, any complete column, because of the rules of Sudoku, will contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. And if you sum the digits 1 to 9, you get 45. And that immediately allows us to work out the sort of magic total for this magic square, because we're told that each row of this square, yeah, I can do this, each row sums to the same total. So let's call that x. Well, then we know that 3 lots, each of these red stripes adds to x, so the whole box adds to 3x, but we know that 3x equals 45, so x equals 15. So that is the magic total for a Sudoku magic square. So we know each row, each column, and each diagonal here sum to 15. Now, again, I have a feeling when I did this before, I sort of backed into the fact that that makes the middle digit a 5. But I think it was probably Sam Cappleman-Lynes who, was it Sam? I think it was Sam, who showed a very elegant way of demonstrating that this digit is a 5. If you don't, it might be worth, if you've never seen, if you don't know why this digit is a 5, have a think about it, because there are ways of noting it, of doing it, that really are quite elegant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight 4 different parts of, actually I should have done that in different colours to make that clearer what I was doing. Oh my goodness, I'm drawing all sorts of things. So this is one sum of digits that adds to 15, isn't it? The negative diagonal of the magic square. We'll do that diagonal as well. So that's another set of digits that adds to 15. We'll do that column. Will that show up? Yeah. So that's another set of digits that adds to 15, and we'll do that row. That's another set of digits that adds to 15. Now, here's the question. What is the difference between those 4 lines I've just drawn, each of which adds to 15, and the secret, which is that every digit in this box, if we just sum every digit once, we get 45. Well, the difference is that this cell has been included 3 more times, hasn't it? So this cell has been included once on the red line, this has been included once on the green, this has been included once on the pink, etc. That applies for all the digits except the central digit, which is on all 4 different lines. So if you like, the difference between 45 and 4 lots of 15, because these are 4 different lines, summing to 60, is 3 times this central digit, whatever that happens to be. So, because it's there an extra 3 times over and above each cell contributing once, if you like, to the 45 total. So if the 3 extra times equal 15, the central digit is a 5. And that is less hand-wavy than the proof I think I gave in the original video. Now, there's still more secrets, actually, about magic squares and Sudoku, because I think we can prove, I think it's these ones are odd. And the way to get to that is to think about 9. Where is 9 in this magic square? And the crucial thing, bearing in mind our magic total is 15, how many ways can we make different Sudoku numbers sum to 15? Well, we need an extra 6, don't we? So that could be a 5 and a 1, or a 2 and a 4. But it can't be a 3 and a 3, because you can't put 2 3s in this box. So there are exactly 2 ways of making the number 15 using a 9. Now, it's crucial then to think about the geometry of this box. Any digit that goes in the corner of this magic square has to have 3 different ways of getting to the total, because let's look at this corner. That is part of that sum to 15, it's part of that sum to 15, and it's part of that sum to 15. So there have to be 3 ways for any corner digit to sum to 15 using different Sudoku digits. So 9 clearly can't go in there. So 9 must be in one of these. And what must 9 be opposite? 9's going to have to be opposite a 1, isn't it? Because 9 plus 5 plus 1 is going to be equal to the special number 15. And we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing now with 7, for example. We can say, okay, well, how many ways now could we make 7 add up to 15? Well, we could do 7 plus 5 plus 3, couldn't we? But we can't do 7... well, what I was about to say, is it true? Yeah, we could do 7 plus 5 plus 3. That's going to work. So let's just try and put the 7 in the corner and have a look at whether this is possible or not. But you can see now the 7 is going to be summing with either the 1 or the 9. One of these has to be a 1 or a 9. And neither of those can work, because 7 plus 9 is already 16, and 7 plus 1 would require another 7 to get to the 15 total. So you can't put 7, having decided the 1s and 9s have to be in these sort of north, south, east, west positions, you can't put 7 in a corner. So 7 is going to have to also be in one of these north, south, east, west positions opposite 3. And therefore, it's the even digits that are going to live in the corners. And that sort of makes sense if you start to think about how that might work. 8, you're going to need 7 more. How many ways are there of making 2 different Sudoku digits add up to 7? Well, there are 3 ways. You could do 1, 6, 2, 5, and 3, 4. So we can extrapolate from there, and that is the total sum of magic square secrets I'm able to share with you. Although we might be able to do a little bit better, because we've got some given digits affecting the magic squares, haven't we? So we can take 2 out of these, and we always know, because 2 is in one of these cells now, across the diagonal from the 5 it's going to need to have an 8. So because 2 is in one of these, 8 must be in one of these. So we can sort of learn a little bit more. We can take 7 out of there, so we can take 3 out of there. I'm not sure we can do more than that. Well, we know one of these is 8. No, that's weird. That's weird. I'm not happy with that. No, okay. It seems logical. Okay, so the corollary of working out that... Let's go through this again then. So 2 we worked out was in one of those, which forces 8 into one of these. Now, once 8 is in one of these, this digit has become incredibly difficult, because it now just can't be 7 or 9. We'd add up to too much. So yeah, so it's the clever thing here is that this 7 has quite a profound effect, because that took 3 out of here, which ordinarily would have been a possibility. And we could have gone 8, 3, 4 easily then. But because we now can't go 8, 3, 4, we're forced to go 8, 1, 6. And that's a given... Well, it's not a given digit. I mean, we've had to earn it. But that does seem to be forced, doesn't it? Given 8 is here, you can't put 7 or 9 in this cell. So that's 1, that's 9. Right, this is good. This is good. So this is 8, 1, 8, 1, 6. So this is not 6. Yeah, and this is 2, 4, 9. And that makes sense, because 2, 4, and 9 add up to 15. Okay, well that's actually gone a lot better than I thought, and we may now be able to do some different trickeries using the diagonals, because surely, well, these cells, I mean, this is something, if you're new to the channel, you might not know this, but in fact, I know where 7 goes in this, good grief. Right, I want to talk about the 3-cell arrow. Any 3-cell arrow where the 3 arrow cells all have to be different, and they do for all 4 of these arrows that we've got in the puzzle, the minimum we could put into any of these cells would be a 1, 2, 3 triple. Now 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, which means these purple digits are at least 6. but none of them can repeat. So if we made this 6, the crucial thing to realise is that the diagonals are really important. If this was a 6, now this digit can't be 6 by Sudoku, this digit can't be 6 by Sudoku, and this digit can't be 6 by diagonal. So actually, what that means is that these 4 digits here are a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. They are all different. Now 9 is not in those. 7 is not in any of those 3. So now this is a 7, definitely. And 7 in 3 digits has to be 1, 2, and 4, which is possibly important. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. No. Oh, yes, I do know. Okay, so I can place 7 in box 2 because it's not in these cells. There's this 3, 7 pair in column 5, so it's not there, and there's a 7 here. So actually, 7 is placed in box 2. Now, what about 7? Yeah. Now let's think about 7 on the negative diagonal. It can't go in these 3. It's got to appear somewhere. It definitely cannot go on a 3-cell arrow. The highest digit you can put, in fact, this has got to have a 1 on it, but the highest digit in theory you can put on a 3-cell arrow is a 6. If the digits have to be different, you can just put a 6 on, because if you partner the 6 with a 1 and a 2, you'll get 9, and 9 is a single-digit number, so that is legitimate. But 7 is impossible, because even if this was a 2 and this was a 1, this would be a 10, which is clearly impossible. So I think 7 is going in the corner here. So 7 is going here. We can't put it on the arrow. 7 is in one of those and one of these, which is perhaps important. What about... Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I was going to say, what about 9 on the positive diagonal? It's nearly forced. It clearly can't go here. It doesn't seem to be able to go on the magic square, and it can't go on the arrow, but unfortunately it could go in this cell here. So we know it's in one of these 2, but I don't think we know which one. Yeah, okay, so in fact, where's 9 on the negative diagonal? It's exactly the same sort of... No, it's not. It's not the same point at all. It's better. This is where I should have started. Where's 9 on the negative diagonal? Again, it can't go on these 3-cell arrows, so it's in one of those 2 positions, but the 9, the given 9, is very handy. So we can place 9 here. We can place 9 in the corner. Now we've got a 6, 8 pair. Oh yeah, hang on, I know what I want to think about there. Yeah, if you've got a 3-cell arrow that's summing to 6, 7, or 8, it must always include a 1. Because if it didn't, the minimum you could make the arrow sum to is 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 9. So that could be 2 plus 3 plus 4, but these all have to have 1s on them, definitely. So 1 in row 9 now has become restricted. It's got to be in one of these 2 cells. 1 in column 9 is restricted because there's definitely a 1 on this 7 arrow. But we don't know if there's a 1 on that thingy. Thingy being the technical term for the 9 arrow. You can't... Well, is that important? It might be. I'm just going to mention 2s. One of these arrows at the bottom is a 6 arrow. Now that's going to have 2 on its arrow. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3 triple for sure. Now there's a 2 here as well. In row as a given 2, one of the 4 given digits. Now, what that means is the 8 arrow, whichever one of these is 8, cannot have 2 on its arrow. But imagine this is the 6. Let's just explain that point. then obviously there's a 2 now in one of, because this is a 1, 2, 3 triple, there's a 2 in one of these cells. So now there are 2 2s looking at the arrow in this box. So if this is the 8, you can't put 2 on the arrow. So that means the 8 arrow, whichever one of these is 8, is a 1, 3, 4 triple. So 14, yeah, okay, let's keep going with that thought then. So one of these arrows is 1, 2, 3. The other is 1, 3, 4, because the 8 arrow can't be 1, 2, 5 anymore. So that means these digits are from 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which is giving me a quadruple in row 7, a quadruple in column 7. Now, in column 7, the 3 in this 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple is definitely in this bottom domino, so that cell is definitely not a 3, because there is indisputably a 3 in this domino here. The thing is, I don't know what the 9 arrows got on it. I don't think I do anyway. There might be a way to tell, but I can't see what it is. But I want to do something else first. Because 6 plus 8 is 14. So I actually know the sum of those digits, don't I? Those yellow cells. And the reason I know that is I definitely know that those cells add to 10, because they're a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, and 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. So given that the 2 purple arrows add to 14 overall, these 2 digits add up to 4, and they're in the same row. So they are a 1, 3 pair. Oh, I was wondering, maybe I knew that anyway. No, I'm not sure I did know that anyway, did I? I don't know. 2 is in one of these cells in column 5. And okay, let's just have a quick think about row 8, because I've got a 1, 3 pair, a 6, 8 pair, and a 2, 7 pair that are given. So the digits I've not put into row 8 are 4, 5, and 9. I don't think that's good, is it? So 4 or 5 here, because this sees the 9. 4 or 9 here. And that one, I think that can be all of them. Yeah, okay, so that didn't work. Okay, I don't know what to do then now. So 9 is in one of 2 places in column 3, look. Oh, no, Simon, goodness me, where's 9 in row 3? I can just put it in. Oh dear, oh, okay, this is huge. Right, that's now a 9, which means that's a 9 in row 8, which means this is a 4, which means this is a 5. Now, what is that doing? So 4 is in one of these 2 cells. 9 is in one of those 2 cells. How many 9s have we got? We've got 7 9s already in the grid. And we haven't, in row 7, we haven't put 5, 6, and 8 in. So that digit is 6 or 8. I think these have more options. I think they can be 5, 6, or 8. Can we use... Oh, nearly. I was going to say, can we use the diagonal? Oh, I can. I can use the diagonal. I can use the positive diagonal. But right, look at the positive diagonal. Because on this positive diagonal, I've got a 6, 8 pair, and I've got 5, 7, and 9, which means the digit in the corner is what? It's low. It's 1, 2, 3, or 4, but there's a 1, 2, 4 in the box. And that means, rather beautifully, that's 3. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. That seems very appropriate that there is a 3 in the corner in this puzzle. Now, okay, so we can take 3 out of that cell. And we've got 5, 6, and 8 left to place in box 3, which does give us a triple in column 9, look. So what are those? So those digits are 1, 2, and 4. They are a 1, 2, 4 triple, and this is not a 1. That probably does something. Okay, hang on though. Can we do similar logic? No, we can't. We can't do it because we don't know. I don't know what's on this 9 arrow yet. I mean, I know the 2 arrows together add to 16. So can we restrict? I haven't looked at the negative diagonal actually. Let me just look at that. I have got a 6, 8 pair on that as well. Okay, so these digits are low digits as well. They're 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the corner isn't 3. So what's this digit? Can we do any clevernesses there? I don't know. Probably I ought to be able to, but I can't see how to do it. 3 is a bit restricted in box 8. It's got to go in one of these 2 cells because of this 3, 7 pair. So now 3... Oh, I think if I'd thought about it differently, I would have realised 3 was on both of these. So I could have made that pencil mark ages ago. I just wasn't focused on that. 9. Is it something to do with 5? Can I do better with 5 than I've managed to do? No, I'm not sure. I'd love to know. If I knew that digit was low, then I would know I had a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 3, which would mean these 2 cells would have to add up to 6, using the same logic which gave us this 1, 3 pair in row 8. But I don't know how to do that. So we've got to try something different. Where is the natural place to look then? No, okay, so... Okay, here's a weird point. Where is 1 on the positive diagonal? And the answer is I don't know. But it's definitely not in the magic square. So it's either it's in one of those 2 cells that I'm flashing. Oh, let's make them. Can you see those flashing on and off? 1 is definitely in one of those cells on the positive diagonal. Now that means it can't be in the equivalent cells on the negative diagonal, because imagine this was a 1, then you couldn't put 1 on the positive diagonal at all. So that is definitely not a 1. And that is definitely not a 1. And that is good. That is good. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, Ard, you are such a clever man. You are such a clever man. Oh, look what he's done. I think, again, there's probably a way I could have seen this more quickly, but I don't care, because now we are in business. Because now on the negative diagonal, I can ask where 1 goes, and it goes in the corner. And now that's very good, because now this 9 arrow hasn't got a 1 on it, and there's only one way to make it work, and it's got to be 2, 3, 4. And therefore, yeah, this is, well, it's doing something. So now I have, if we look at the equivalent cells to the orange in row 3, let's make these blue. They are the digits 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they do sum to 10, which means these two digits do sum to 6 in order to get the arrows up to 16 in total. And this one, well, it can't be a 3 now because this can't be a 3. So it's 2 or 4, which means this is 2 or 4, which means that the 1... Oh, no, we already knew that. Oh, dear. Maybe this doesn't do enough. I'm sure it does something. I've just got to work out what it is. Okay, no, maybe. All right. Let's try row 3 then, where 5, 6, and 8 are the missing digits, which we can do a little bit with here. That can't be... is 5 placed in this box? Yes. 5 is placed in box number 1, look. So it's not there. So 5 is in a domino in box 3. This is going to go round the sort of edge of the grid, isn't it? So 5... Yeah, this is good. So now I've got a 6, 8 pair in row 7 out of nowhere. So this is a 5. So now this is a 5, this is a 4 by Sudoku, that fair-weathered friend. This is a 6 or an 8 by Sudoku, so I should know these digits. They're 2, 3, and 4. Which doesn't do anything, it doesn't help me at all. Okay. So, oh, is that real? Okay, I've got a 6, 8 pair that's somehow emerged in box 9. But I don't know what these digits are, do I? It depends whether this is 6 or 8. I do know 5 is in this domino, I want to say, without knowing which one it is. Hopefully you can all totally see why this guy is... Oh, look, I get 5 in this row now from nowhere. Is it 6s and 8s? Is that where I have to look? I'm not sure. I just feel like I'm getting a lot of 6s and 8s plotted around. Oh, yeah, what about those two digits? Oh, they're a 2. Ah, this has been available for ages. I've got a 2, 4 pair in row 2. So I can... This can't be 2. This has got to be 2. And now this... Oh, well, that's a 6 or an 8 as well, I think. So I've got 6, 8 here. So these digits are 1 and something. 1 and 3. Yeah, and I can do that using the 3, 7. So that's 3, that's 1. And this 3 means this is a 3. And that 1 means that this is a 1. And guess what? I've got a 6, 8 here. Which must be the same as that 6, 8. So how is... Yeah, so something's got to disambiguate which of these is 6 and which of these is 8. And I can't see immediately how I'm going to do that. Sorry, I don't mean to stop talking. I'm just trying to spot what I've got to... Is it? Okay, let's try colouring them. So, right, we'll get rid of all our purplage. And we'll make this purple. Now we can definitely see that this one, which I'll make yellow, this one must be... Is that going to work? Yeah, okay, so that's yellow. Because this is purple. That's clearly different from this 6, 8, and it's clearly different from this on the diagonal. So this one is purple. I need this to go much further than this, actually. This is not nearly far enough, is it? Can we somehow extend this colouring elsewhere in the grid? No, I'm not sure. I really am not sure. I mean, there are some oddities that we can see as a result of this. This digit can't now be 6 or 8 because it sees both kinds of 6 and 8. So that digit which can't be 2, 3 or 4. Oh, it's got to be, right, so that this digit is very difficult. It's 1 or 5, I think. Because it can't be 2, 3, 4, and it can't be 6, 7, 8 or 9. It can't be 6 or 8 because of the colouring, and it can't be 7 or 9 by Sudoku. So that is a very restricted digit. Now, how can we make use of that? That is a good question. I don't know the answer to that. Let's try and do the same thing here then. Is that under similar pressure? Because that sees 6 and 8, and that one sees 1, 2 and 4. So this one is 3 or 5. And unfortunately, I think that's fine. Can I do some sort of clever trickery there? I don't see how to do it. Ah, this one. There we go. That's going to get us going, because this one has to be, so that one's yellow now, that one's purple, that one's yellow, that one's purple. Now, does that give us access to any more cells? Yeah, it does. I can immediately see now that, well, what I can immediately see might not be a good thing, but this one is no longer able to be 6 or 8. But unfortunately, I don't think... Oh, this one does see 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's 5, 7 or 9. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that's terrible. I think it could be all of them. Okay, so sorry, that wasn't how to do it after all. Can we, yeah, okay, let's carry on with our colouring. I've managed to get the 6s and 8s going a bit further again. Although I'm not actually sure this is helping me. I think maybe I've got misled by leading you down this 6-8 garden path. Because it's not quite doing enough, is it? At least I don't think it is. I mean, the purple 6-8 is in one of those two cells, I can see that, and the yellow 6-8 is in one of those two cells. Or is it Sudoku? Is it something about 9 in this? No. 5 in this box? No, definitely not. Right, let's try. I don't actually know. This is the brilliance. Oh, I can do more colouring. That one's yellow. That one's purple. Whoops. I don't think this is doing anything though, unfortunately. Yellow is in that domino. Purple is in that domino. Purple is in this domino. It's not going to be good enough. It's just not quite going to get us there, is it? Yellow is in that domino. But yellow in this box, I think, actually has a lot of potential. I think it could be just about anywhere. So that is not going to be the cleverness that we're after. What about... I can see that in column 3, I've got all the low digits approximately. So everything else, oh, hang on, that's it. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, do not get excited, Simon. No, although, hang on, there is something there, isn't there? Because actually this digit is 6 or 8 by Sudoku. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It sees 7 and 9 in its box. So that is a yellow digit. And that... Oh no, it's not doing anything. Well, it's definitely yellow, so it's 6 or 8. Now this digit is going to do it. That's now 2 or 4 by Sudoku. It can't be 1 or 3. Now, what do we need? If this was 8, we know that this arrow would be 1, 3, 4, and this would be a 2. And if this was 6, this would be 1, 2, 3, and that would be a 4. No, that doesn't... Bobbins. I don't think that does it. That's extraordinary. That is extraordinary. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's bizarre. Okay, so I'm still not there. What? So one of these is 2 or 4 as well. So these are from 2, 4, 5. But okay, there we go. It is. You've got to be careful with your Sudoku here. Right, look at row 9 now. I've got 2, 4, and 5 to place, but because of this beautiful quadruple in column 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, that one's the 5. So that's 5, that's not 5, and if that's... Okay, so this is now 7 or 9. Oh, don't tell me. No. That must do it, surely. So 5 is now one of 2 places in box 6. Oh no, I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay. Maybe it's this row then? Oh, is it the magic square? Is it something to do with the magic square? I don't know. I can't see it. This is getting terrifying. I can't. I mean, if it would be unthinkable for me not to get. I've got to get through this puzzle. I have to. 3, 4, 6, 8. So this digit is 7 or 9 because it can't be 6 or 8, and it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is a 7 or a 9. Maybe I have to colour the 7s and the 9s as well. That is possible. 5. Okay, so 5 is in these 2 cells. 2, 3, 4. So where do we look next? So that okay, it's Sudoku, is it? Oh, that's mischievous. That is mischievous. Look at row 5, column 2. Now, because of the 2, 3, 4 triple here, that digit sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It also sees 7 and 9. So what does that mean it is? It means it's 6 or 8 by Sudoku, and it can't be the pink one, or the purple one, or the pinkle one. So that is the yellow one, which means that... Oh, this is great. This is great, because now that's yellow. That's yellow 6 or 8, which means I've got a 7 and a 9 as a possibility in this cell. Well, they can no longer go there. So the 9's going to have to go there, and the 7's going to have to go here. And now the 7, let's be very careful here. This 9 is placed. That's going to have to go there. Now, has that done it? I'm not sure. It's definitely done something. I've still got this pleasure to unravel, haven't I, about which of these is 6 and which of these is 8. But to do that, we're going to have to work out a little bit more, I think. Yeah, hang on. Where is 7 in this box? 7 is definitely here now, which is placing a 6 or an 8 in the middle row. And if that purple is a 7, that is getting involved in the magic square. Now, one thing I will tell you is when you get if you can get, I think it'll probably be one more digit in the magic square. I guess the magic square is just going to fill in. So that probably might be the thing that breaks the puzzle, or breaks it open and allows us to crack it. I'm just trying to see if I can see anything else. I can't. So this is going to be 7. This is going to be 3. And of course now we can't put 2 here because 2 plus 3 is 5, and this would have to be a 10. So we have to make this 4. We have to make this 2. We've got to make this 6 in order for the maths to work, and that an 8 for the maths to work. And now we've got yellow. So yellow, wherever it occurs, was 8. That's disambiguated. The arrows at last. So now this is this one down here is apparently 1, 2, 3 to add up to 6. This is going to be 1, 3, 4. So this one loses the capacity to have 2 on it, which probably does something. That can't be 2 by dint of magic square logic. That's a 1, 3 pair then. So this has got to be a 2. That's got to be a 4. That's got to be a 2. That's no longer a 2 up there. This is no longer a 4. This is a 3, in fact, isn't it? It seems to be a 3 by Sudoku, so that's a 2, 4 pair. This digit is 1 or 5, and it still seems to have both options available, which is truly surprising. But that digit... Oh, why have I got 2 6s in here? Oh, you know what? When I double-clicked, I bet you I had double purple left over, didn't I? Yeah, that's an error. So I double-clicked purple, and because I hadn't resolved it here, it made both of them whereas it should have been just that one, shouldn't it? So I shouldn't. I have to go back in case there's an error. I think it'll be fine now, because we now know that this is 1, 2, 3 still. We know this is 1, 3, 4 still, so we can take the 2s out. We can take the... Okay, let's just do the diagonal. That might be the easiest way to do it. 2, 4, so this is 1. What about there? It is similar. 1, 3, 2. Well, it's the same. It's just we're not getting ourselves into a pickle with having double 6 here and whatever that might have done to our Sudoku puzzle. This is a 4. We do still have this 1, 5 pair in column 2. That's definitely not a 2 anymore. That's definitely not a 4 or a 3. So that is a 2. That's... Oh, this should be done. Yeah, this is 1. So that's 1. That's 5. This is a 4. This is a 2. The 5 in the box has to go here. That has to be a 3. That's 3 and 4. And the diagonal is going to resolve this final pattern. So that's 4, that's 4, that's 2, that's 2. And that is total and utter genius. That is total and utter genius. Aardman de Wetering, take a bow, my friend. Again, thank you so much for making these incredible puzzles. How many hours of entertainment you have released into the world. I mean, well, it probably is calculable, but it's such a large number. I mean, yeah, a lot of joy comes from your mind, and for that I am extremely grateful. Do drop a comment in. Do let us know how you got on with this puzzle. Do let us know your memories of art puzzles generally. He is the 10 million view Sudoku man, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.